right, all right. Hey guys. So this is part two of a storytelling because it kind of left us needing to follow this thread of story a little bit further. If you didn't see part one, you'll definitely want to watch that first. The free link's right there in the description box. Okay, so here was our cliffhanger. The Libra ended up saying what goes around comes around. And at first I was like, oh, okay, so their thought processes have changed. Maybe they've accrued really great karma. And then it actually said, maybe not. Maybe this Libra is saying, yeah, you want me now. Yeah, you wish for me now. You want to come back in and tell me how you care about me now. But before you left me in silence, well, guess what? This is my turn to turn my back, walk away, move on beyond this, not express any interest, any passion for this, and just focus on getting my own self balance. It's a little bit like, yeah, cry me a river. You want to come in now after the conflict and the not telling me any truth about how you felt about me. You want to come in after, maybe because we didn't see the Libra's side of things. We did see that this character had not been truthful about their emotions. They had great, huge love for this Libra, have been standing in heartbreak all this time, and yet have taken their own sweet time coming around to saying, you know what, I need to talk to the Libra. Well, the Libra's over here kind of pissed, saying, yeah, you want to come talk to me now? Oh, now you feel better? Well, guess what? I made myself feel better by getting it over you. And boo-hoo. So now you can say how much you've been sad without me. Let's hold on. Deep breath. Let's go ahead and ask this for this Libra. What was their situation like during the time frame that this character has been sitting there in heartbreak? Three of Wands, this Libra said, I had to start looking toward my own future. So during the time that this emperor person, and they did do Libra wrong. They seem to have left things in quiet and silence, perhaps. Maybe they even ghosted. And they've been sitting there in heartbreak over their own actions of ghosting the Libra because they didn't think that they could offer Libra what Libra deserved. But what happened in the meantime for Libra during that time period of silence? We have a Three of Wands. This Libra started to look, and there's a compass right on this, right? And there's a compass behind me. This Libra had to start looking at where are they going to go? What plans are they going to make for their own life? Five of Coins and the Moon. They might have endured huge amounts of difficulties. This is like someone who formerly was like you see they're in business clothes, business attire, and then they're holding a sign that says, "We'll work for food." This Libra could have had tremendous life change and losses. They may have lost a job. They might have, wondered if they were going to be able to find a place to live. Now, they didn't express any of this. Well, how could they? That person wasn't in their life. So they might have had a huge turn of fortunes. Life is difficult, right? There's ups and downs. There's traumatic events. And the individual who said, I love the Libra so much, but I can't give to them because I'll never be able to give them the 10 of Cups that they would like to have. So I'm just going to disappear on them. We're asking, well, what happened during the time that they disappeared and didn't check in on the Libra? And the Libra says, everything in my life changed. I had to move. I had job loss. I had career change. I had times when I didn't know if I'd have enough money to pay for my meals. I had, everything that life can throw at me. In particular, though, it looks like job loss, career change, and financial hardship. And this person didn't know anything about it, nothing about it. Maybe they emotionally thought, how could this person not even check up on me? Because the moon is a powerful gravitational pull. And what's interesting is they had the moon also in part one. We saw the moon factoring in. There were so many things that they never explained, but they only saw a relationship from their perspective. Only what they didn't know what to do. They might have perpetually been feeling drawn to the Libra and they didn't reach out during times when they really should have, just as a friend or just to check in to see how our Libra was. And the Libra is saying, nobody checked up on me. I had to deal with it myself. I had to chart my own path in life. I had to change everything. I had to figure out how I was going to get through. And no one came to my rescue. Certainly not that person. They didn't know how I was. And you know what? I don't want to tell them now. They're not privy to what was going on in my life. They didn't care to check up on me. Whew, death and rebirth cycle. So I let them go. Uh-uh. Is it Dua Lipa who sings So I Cut You Off? That's in my head right now. So I cut you off of my you're not you're not someone who I could ever rely on to be my lifeline person that I call even just in a moment of like, great stress because you didn't care enough to check up on me. So we're done. We're done. This Libra's done. We got a 2 of Wands and we got a 9 of Coins, and this Libra rebuilt themselves. They might have changed career paths. They might work in a whole different industry. They had to change everything about their life, and they also changed how they evaluate who gets to be someone that they contemplate as a partner, because someone who doesn't check up on them, who doesn't think enough to like put their own head into the shoes of that person that they profess to love enough to even check up and see how they are. Libra's like, yep, I don't deal with people like that anymore. Now their career path could have taken them down this road of maybe now they live in the country, maybe they work somehow in agriculture, or they it comes across though that because they're picking grapes to make into wine, I almost feel like their hard work is really paying off. Their hard work, maybe they do like something more manual labor now, whereas before they used to be like corporate, wear a business suit or something. Whatever has changed for them, it's actually more satisfying. They're getting more bang for their buck in emotional satisfaction. They're building something better. They could be working outside in the sun a lot and they're loving it. Their whole life has changed and they're more balanced than what they have been in the past. But boy, it looks like, I mean, especially with that death card, for a while they did not know what was going to become of them. They didn't know what direction to take, and now they've got their footing back under them. I still feel like this Libra is a bit at a crossroads though, because they're like almost in phase 1 of a 2-part plan for what they're going to be building and growing in their life, and they've done it all on their own. So in the time frame that this person held back from them, this person who was brokenhearted by their own action of holding back from their Libra, but in the time frame that that person was silent and ignored all the times, I feel like these two maybe had a profound like bond. They might have felt a gravitational pull toward Libra multiple times when Libra was having really hard times, but they still didn't reach out. They're only now ready to reach out, and they're reaching out as an emperor now. But at this point, Libra says, I don't give a what. I don't care. This is what went on with me in the time that you weren't around and didn't care enough to check up on me. I had problems. I had all kinds of life changes, all kinds of losses in my life, had to reinvent myself, had to reinvent everything that I went through in my life. And at this point I have, and life is good, but I'm still in phase 1 of a two-part process of some things I'm going to do for my life. And let me tell you, I gotta say, it looks like this Libra they do not have warm, fuzzy feelings toward this person. We have an Ace of Wands, we have a Page of Wands. Yet definitely this Libra is very much focusing on a life that they really want to live, and they're at the beginning of a journey. They're leaving behind. One of the things that I think that this Libra promised themselves is anything that feels like I could be abandoned, dried up and left out with no water to drink. Somebody could leave me out in the desert. A business could leave me high and dry. Those aren't companies I'll work for anymore. Those aren't people I would give my love to anymore. Anyone who could leave me out in the middle of a desert and not look back, that's what I'm done with. I'm leaving the desert myself though too. I'm leaving behind careers and people and situations. I'm going toward the big idea. You see the light bulb on both of these. I am going to make my fortune. I'm going to, only work in career paths that I got like a ton of success that is achievable. I want that 401k. I want that better life. I want to do things I care about. I want to be with people who are passionate about me. I'll never, ever, ever care again about someone who could leave me out in the desert. That's this. I know harsh messages coming through on this, but This is just the energy flow of where this Libra seems to be at, like, and the whole what goes around comes around. Oh, cry me a river. Boo-hoo, you're real sad without me now, huh? Well, there was a time when I could have used someone who cared about me, but you care about me now, huh? That's not exactly true though. Okay? So we've got a harsh edge here. We've got a bitter edge. And I'm sorry, but those are the cards that came out. Even this Libra is doing great. Like their life is awesome. But we do have a bitter edge here. Let's ask their perception, which is totally understandable in all of this. Let's step back a little bit and ask the universe to weigh in on this. This is the wrong deck. Hold on. Their perception of this character is that this character did not care about them at all. Okay. The universe weighs in and says 6 of Wands and the Sun. The universe says, Libra, you've manufactured tremendous happiness. You've done it yourself. You're in a great place, a terrific place. There's no space for any bitterness because your life is better than it's ever been. Okay. That's what we've seen here. 3 of Discs, the Hanged Man, and the Hierophant. Okay, but now, and this is a really hard ask. All right, so please remember, this is a fictional storytelling. I'm not telling you what you need to do or, imply that, well, you need to be the bigger person. Like, heck no. If our character is done with this person, they can be done with this person. They do not need to look back. But I ask for the most well-rounded, thought-provoking messages for my fictional characters in these stories. And what the universe says here is, all right, Libra has made their life freaking fantastic. They love where they're at right now. Maybe they left behind some factory kind of job, and they are living life larger and happier than they have in a long time. They're in a great place. So it is almost irrelevant that that person didn't reach out to the Libra during moments of hardship that the Libra faced, because look at where the Libra is today, where they are without that person checking up on them. Is their life is fucking fantastic. So the that slipped out. Now look at ancient history. 3 of Discs. The 3 of Discs is working together on something. If this person stays in the Libra's mind, it may be because bit by bit this memory is still being uncovered, because there is some, you notice how the ants are moving, and we have ammonites here, which is kind of like a fossilized ancient sea creature, but the ants are taking away little pieces of sand, and what they're revealing is the universe on the other side. It's almost like we can't help it. This whole situation is getting uncovered again. Ancient history is being uncovered because perhaps there's something else to think about from a different perspective with the Hanged Man here. And now the Libra is really being asked to see it from the highest perspective possible with that Hierophant. What does that mean? If this person is on Libra's mind, if this person is reappearing in Libra's life, and the universe is saying, are there reasons that there were delays? We've got a 2 of Cups in the reverse, and we have a 3 of Wands upright. This is almost saying, for Libra to be able to build the life that they currently have, they might have needed to do this without trying to be in a 2 of Cups relationship. There could have been a delay here that actually, if we can see it through a different perspective, allowed this Libra to expand and explore and hone their gifts, because they didn't have another person beside them. They needed all of their focused attention for that single-minded pursuit that is exactly what they had to reinvent themselves into, so that now they can have that happier plane of existence that they're currently in. It's almost like the universe is suggesting, Libra, but what would you say if it turns out that your life needed a change, you needed some things to be altered, and it was going to require all of you to be able to do that, because ultimately it's your life. And in order to be able to only pour your energy into just what you wanted to do, you kind of needed to be free to do just what you need to. If you're going to be working 15 hours a day on your own, change in career path, and you're only going to have time to eat a handful of pretzels, and you don't have time to be invested in a deep and profound romance where you sit down and have dinners and enjoy each other's company and stuff like that, because you got to pour all your creative energy, everything you've got, into pursuing this different future for yourself. Could it, in a very strange way, could it have been to your benefit that this person was not in your life at that moment in time? Because at that moment in time, you needed all of the focus to just be on your own future and what you needed for you. 8 of Cups, to go from your own stormy seas into the place of yin yang balance, into this calm, peaceful life that now you can invite a deep and powerful romantic partner into your life. I know this is very challenging, but this is the storyline that we've got here. It's not to say, okay, it's fine that that person didn't check up on me. It's fine. But it is begging us to look at things from a whole different lens. Knight of Discs, upright. 2 of Swords, Prince of Wands. It says, yes, Libra did need to make some significant changes, and they have used this change. So much power. Their connection to the higher realms has perhaps been flipped on onto like a super drive. You notice how we have the temple projecting light up to the heavens in the background here, and likewise that energy is coming down into the temple. You see the Mayan calendar here. You see the jaguar, power symbols, timelines, and some kind of connection to the higher realms. It's like this Libra had to sit and stew in and be bathed in that kind of universal power and energy for a while, so they could break free of some other patterns. You notice that this 2 of Swords is blockages, but here what we see is we're creating and recognizing patterns. And to be able to do all of that, and then with this Prince of Wands, to feel spiritually attuned enough to hear our guides and to get the right direction, and to have passion to move toward the direction that is going to be a more suitable, more successful direction. This was an action-taking time of Libra's life. It wasn't time to build and grow and plant themselves in a romance. Interestingly enough, it appears that everything that the Libra had opportunity to do in this time frame away from this person, they needed to do for themselves, is what this is suggesting, which is a very different spin, right? So what does that mean at this point? The Strength card, the Queen of Discs. This Libra has had so much. They're really sitting on top of the world. They're more balanced than they've been in a long time. Maybe they've started a new business. It's theirs. It's successful. It has longevity. The direction that their life can go, they literally are living their best life, and they are more stable and more secure than they've ever been in every aspect of their own life. So with that in mind, what is there to contemplate about this person who loves this Libra, who has always loved this Libra, who stayed away, who admittedly wasn't there beside Libra during some of their toughest moments of their transformation? We have a Knight of Wands, we have a 10 of Cups, and we have an 8 of Wands. I hate to say it, but the potential for this relationship is that these two, it is the perfect time for them. The cosmic wheel has been spinning, the perfect time for them to take action with each other, the perfect time for them to actually have all of that kind of happiness. And there has been, instead of this being like a passion without direction, you notice how we actually have a very Zen approach to the things in life that propel us forward. The tough moments in life propel us forward, as well as the most loving and supportive moments. but these two can now be there for each other and support one another, and they can have the happiness that they were denied earlier, but it was actually all for a purpose in this storyline. I know that's what we got. I'm not going to try to change it. It is what it is. I read whatever the story is, good, bad, or ugly, but I'm going to leave that there, and it's thought provoking if nothing else. Bye, guys.